The true puppet master is the unconscious. Until you face it, it will pull your strings from the shadow.
Have you ever made a decision that felt completely your own, only to later wonder, why? Why did you suddenly crave that brand of soda? Why did you feel compelled to vote a certain way? Why did you trust that influencer, that stranger, that smiling face in a suit? Maybe you never had a choice at all, because while you believed you were acting freely, someone else was pulling the strings, subtle, invisible, and disturbingly effective. Welcome to the puppet master effect, the dark psychology of unconscious influence. Let's take a walk through the shadows of your mind and discover how easily you can be controlled. Part 1. The invisible language of the mind. There's a part of your mind you never see. It works silently beneath thought. It doesn't reason. It doesn't argue. It just reacts. Psychologists call it the unconscious. Marketers call it an opportunity. And manipulators call it a weapon. What if I told you that your choices, your free will, can be reprogrammed, not with force, but with a whisper? Today, we'll explore 3 of the most dangerous tools of unconscious influence. Priming, setting your mental stage before you even realize it. Nudge theory, steering your decisions without changing your options. Social proof, using the herd to hijack your behavior. These tools are used in advertising, politics, social engineering, and even in warfare. And you've already fallen for them many times. Let's begin with priming. Part 2. Priming, the first touch. Imagine walking into a bakery. The warm scent of cinnamon hits your nose. Suddenly, you feel nostalgic, safe. Without realizing why, you're kinder, more generous. That's not coincidence. It's priming. Priming is the psychological phenomenon where exposure to one stimulus influences how you respond to another. In a famous Yale experiment, participants who held warm coffee judged strangers as friendlier than those who held iced coffee. Nothing changed, except the temperature. Yet the effect was powerful and consistent. Now think about this. What if politicians, advertisers, and influencers could prime you emotionally? So when their message arrived, your mind was already prepared to say, yes, and they do. Shopping cart marketing example. Before you see the product, you're shown a happy family laughing around the dinner table. Before you read the ad, you hear nostalgic music. Before you decide, your mood has been engineered. Your brain links emotions to choices, and the puppet master pulls the string. But priming is just the first move. The next one is subtler and far more dangerous. Part 3. Nudge theory, the gentle push. In 2008, behavioral economist Richard Thaler introduced the world to nudge theory, a way to influence behavior without restricting choice. A nudge isn't a shove. It's a gentle redirection. You still think you're in control, but you're not. Green apple social experiment, the cafeteria study. In a school cafeteria, researchers changed only one thing. They placed fruit at eye level and junk food below. Guess what happened? Students began choosing more fruit. No one forced them. No one told them what to do. Their environment did. That's nudge theory in action. Ballot box with ballot politics. Ballots designed to emphasize certain candidates. Headlines framed to evoke fear or trust. Even the color of campaign posters can nudge you toward compliance. And here's the scary part. Most nudges are invisible because the goal is to never trigger your awareness. You think you decided, but your choice was architected. And in the hands of a skilled manipulator, these nudges become psychological weapons. Part 4. Social proof, the herd mentality. You walk past a restaurant with a long line outside. Another place next door is empty. Which one do you trust? Chances are you choose the crowded one, because other people must know something you don't. This is the power of social proof. It's the idea that if everyone else is doing something, it must be right. But here's the truth. Crowds don't follow the truth. They follow perception. And perception can be manipulated. Test tube classic experiment, the elevator test. In a 1962 experiment, actors entered an elevator and all faced the back wall. A real subject enters and slowly, awkwardly, he turns to face the wall too, without question. No words, no pressure, just unconscious conformity. Now imagine this power on social media, where likes, shares, and comments are engineered for visibility, not truth. Mobile phone marketing, bestseller tags, fake reviews, inflated follower counts, testimonials from actors pretending to be customers. Limited time only urgency, supported by bots or planted influencers. Ballot box with ballot politics, fake crowds at rallies, planted applause, chants, slogans, and stage support to simulate unity. The goal? To make you feel alone if you disagree. Because the moment you feel isolated, you are primed to conform. The puppet master knows. People would rather be wrong together than right alone. Part 5. You're already programmed. Let's stop pretending this is hypothetical. You've already been nudged, primed, and herded. That soda you crave? It was product placed in your favorite movie. That candidate you trust? He was lit in blue lighting and introduced with upbeat music. That influencer you believe in? Paid, scripted, framed, primed. You've liked products just because your friend did. You've shared posts you didn't verify because others did first. You've changed opinions, not because of truth, but because of how the truth was presented. This is not weakness. This is programming. And it works on everyone unless you learn to see it. But to see it, you have to confront something darker. Part 6. Dark psychology in action. These techniques were never meant for your benefit. They were created to control populations, sell ideologies, sell products, and win power. Shield in warfare, priming used to dehumanize enemies. Nudge tactics to sway civilian behavior. Propaganda campaigns engineered through mass social proof. Classical building in governments. Authoritarian regimes use priming through fear. Political speeches filled with micronudges. Public sentiment shaped by majority opinion, often fabricated. Briefcase in business. Scarcity marketing. Only 3 left. To trigger impulse buys. Strategic product placement to exploit your unconscious associations. Algorithms primed to feed you content based on what keeps you hooked, not what informs you. They don't want you to think. They want you to react. The more unconscious you are, the more controllable you become. Part 7. Ethical warning. The line between influence and manipulation. Here's where it gets complicated. Influence is inevitable. We all influence each other. But when influence crosses into manipulation, when choice is an illusion, when autonomy is replaced by conditioning, that's where psychology turns dark. It's not the tools that are evil. It's their intention. Priming can help patients feel safer in hospitals. Nudging can help people make healthier choices. Social proof can inspire unity and cooperation. But used in the wrong hands, these tools become chains. And if you don't know they're being used, you can't fight back. So what's the solution? Part 8. How to defend your mind. Pause before reacting. Ask, where is this feeling coming from? Question the crowd. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's true. Recognize the setup. When something feels too easy to believe, ask why. Audit your influences. Who are you really listening to? And why? Freedom doesn't come from escape. It comes from awareness. The puppet master can only control those who don't see the strings. Now you've seen them. The question is, will you cut them? If this video opened your eyes, comment below, I see the strings. Let's start a conversation about psychological freedom. Because once you understand dark psychology, you can choose to use it or protect yourself from it. Subscribe for more in-depth dives into how your mind works and how others use it against you. Your awareness is your weapon. Use it.